Have you ever wondered what truly happens in the psyche of a woman when you decide to walk away? Beyond the tears, beyond the anger, what profound shifts occur within her emotional landscape? Today, we're not just scratching the surface of emotions. We're diving deep into the unconscious, guided by the profound insights of Carl Jung, the legendary Swiss psychiatrist and founder of analytical psychology. Jung taught us that our experiences, especially those of abandonment or loss, don't just reside in our conscious mind. They ripple through the vast, often hidden realms of our unconscious, shaping our very being. When a man walks away, a woman's immediate conscious reaction might be pain, sadness, or even anger. But according to Jung, something far more ancient and archetypal is being stirred within her. Firstly, consider the anima. For a woman, her anima is her inner masculine principle, representing qualities like assertiveness, logic, and the ability to navigate the external world. When a man she cares for leaves, especially if she has relied on him for certain external support or validation, be it emotional stability, financial security, or a sense of external agency, her anima might feel profoundly disoriented, even fractured. It's not merely the personal grief of losing him, it's a significant challenge to her inner masculine guide, the very part of her psyche that typically provides her with a sense of structure, decisiveness, and the capacity to effectively navigate the external world. This internal disruption can manifest in various ways: a sudden inability to make straightforward decisions, a pervasive sense of powerlessness in situations she once handled with ease, or even a feeling of being utterly ungrounded and adrift. The qualities and strengths that her anima usually provides: a clear sense of direction, healthy assertiveness, logical problem-solving, and the active ability to engage with the outer world, become severely compromised. This situation, though painful, inherently compels her to confront her own internal relationship with these vital masculine principles, ultimately forcing her to withdraw these projections from the external man and begin the arduous, yet ultimately empowering, process of integrating them more fully and consciously within herself. Without this internal integration, she risks continuously seeking these qualities in external partners, perpetually recreating a cycle of dependence and vulnerability to loss. Secondly, and often more subtly, the departure can profoundly activate elements of her shadow. This is, as Jung described, the unconscious dark side of the personality, the part of her psyche that holds all the repressed thoughts, disowned weaknesses, perceived flaws, and undesirable traits that she has unconsciously hidden away from herself and the world. When the stability of the relationship is removed, particularly one that might have served as a mirror or a source of validation, these buried aspects can be brutally thrust into the light. Feelings of unworthiness, deep-seated inadequacy, a gnawing fear of being inherently unlovable, or even suppressed resentments and anxieties that were perhaps dormant or skillfully kept at bay by the relationship's presence, can now surface with an overwhelming force. This confrontation with her shadow can be intensely painful and disorienting, as she is faced with aspects of herself she may have long denied or projected onto others. Yet, it is precisely this uncomfortable exposure that offers a crucial, albeit challenging, opportunity for profound self-awareness and the conscious integration of these once rejected parts, moving her towards greater psychological wholeness. Beyond the personal, walking away often taps into a universal, archetypal wound, the fear of abandonment. Jung's concept of archetypes suggests that we all carry inherent patterns of experience, and the orphan archetype is profoundly relevant here. The orphan archetype embodies feelings of being left out, alone, and unloved. When a man walks away, this primordial sense of abandonment can be triggered, making her feel as though she's been left to fend for herself in a cold, indifferent world, regardless of her actual circumstances. This is why the pain can feel so disproportionate to the conscious facts. However, Jung's psychology is never simply about dissecting the wound or dwelling on psychological deficits. It is profoundly and consistently about the inherent human potential for healing, transformation, and ultimate growth. For the woman experiencing the profound pain of a man's departure, this seemingly devastating experience can, paradoxically, become an incredibly powerful catalyst for individuation. Individuation, in Jungian terms, is not about becoming individualistic in a selfish sense, but rather the lifelong developmental process of becoming a psychologically whole, integrated, and unique self, a process of integrating all aspects of the psyche, both conscious and unconscious, into a cohesive personality. When external support, validation, or even a sense of identity derived from the relationship is removed, a woman is often abruptly, and sometimes painfully, propelled inward. This forced introspection provides an unparalleled opportunity to confront her shadow, reclaim her projected anima qualities, and gradually discover an inner core of strength and resources she may never have realized she possessed, shifting her focus from external reliance to internal self-sufficiency. Individuation is Jung's term for the process of becoming a whole, complete person integrating all aspects of the psyche, both conscious and unconscious. When external support or validation is removed, a woman is often forced inward. She begins to confront her shadow, reclaim her anima, and discover inner resources she never knew she possessed. This period, following the departure, can be incredibly turbulent, a veritable crucible of the soul. It often involves intense self-reflection, as she is compelled to reevaluate her values, her desires, and her very identity outside the relational framework. Grief, in its many complex forms, becomes an unavoidable companion, encompassing not just the loss of the partner, but also the loss of a shared future, cherished dreams, and perhaps even a version of herself that existed only within that relationship. Yet, it is within this very turbulence that the potential for profound transformation lies. As the external scaffolding of the relationship crumbles, she is given the daunting yet liberating opportunity to reconstruct her sense of self from the inside out. Slowly, painstakingly, she might begin to define herself not by the presence or absence of a partner, nor by external validation, but by her own inherent inner strength, her emerging resilience, her rediscovered passions, and her unique, authentic purpose in the world, a self-definition that is robust, independent, and rooted in her own being. It's important to note, however, that not everyone navigates this process successfully. If the pain is too overwhelming, or if there's a resistance to facing the deeper unconscious material, she might regress. In this context, it could manifest as a woman remaining stuck in a state of perpetual longing, refusing to fully embrace adulthood and self-reliance, always waiting for a rescuer, or clinging to a fantasy of what was lost. But for those who embark on the journey of individuation, the process of healing can lead to the activation of powerful archetypes within her. The Great Mother archetype, representing nurturing, creation, and deep wisdom, can emerge as she learns to mother herself and find inner sustenance. She faces her dragons, confronts her fears, and emerges stronger, more resilient, and more authentically herself. She realizes that her worth is not derived from an external relationship, but from her own intrinsic being. So when a man walks away, It's far more than just a conscious breakup. It's a seismic event in the deepest layers of a woman's psyche, echoing with ancient archetypal patterns and challenging her very sense of self. Understanding this Jungian perspective can foster deeper empathy and a greater appreciation for the profound journey a woman undertakes in the aftermath of such a decision. It's a journey from potential despair to profound self-discovery. What are your thoughts on this Jungian perspective? Have you experienced or witnessed these profound shifts? Share your insights in the comments below. If you found this exploration insightful, please like this video, subscribe for more deep dives into psychology and consciousness, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next discussion. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the depths of the human psyche.